What I've seen on social media in this past couple hours has been one of the craziest things that I have ever come across on the internet. Because we're not talking about something happening in small amounts or something like I don't even know where I want to start from. I've been in Delta for about 6 years. I schooled there for 4 years. Quite right, I was in and out, but I didn't always travel back during the break. So I was in Delta for a while. I was there for a couple years after, yes, still in and out. But I was in Delta most of last year. I was in Delta, and Ozoro is a part like I've never stayed in Ozoro, but it's a place I pass through regularly. And one thing I know the place for is it has probably one of the biggest universities in the whole of Delta State. So this is a university community. It's a place where you have a lot of non-indigens staying there. And the fact that a place like this will be able to do something this demonic and call it what tradition. How many traditions do we have from God knows when that we no longer follow? How many traditions do we have from years that we have um I don't even know what word to use. We've just decide to just annul that whole tradition in total. But for some reason, this one quote unquote tradition that affects women, dehumanizes women, is still standing in the year 2026. It's very, very crazy to me. And the fact that people, good. So, what I'm hearing now is they made an announcement on their platforms. They announced it to people and told them that on this day this was going to happen. So, firstly, the person that went to go and do the announcement, are you mad? So, is it that I don't even think I can even say is it that you don't have daughters at home or you don't have sisters or you don't have mothers, because these are the same people that will assault their kids. These are the same people that will assault their sisters. These are the same people that do not value the women in their life. So try to even like reason value over the women life or be complete stranger to them, it's pointless. There were multiple people. The road was jam packed with the amount of men that were just running around, pulling girls down from bikes, stripping off their clothes, assaulting them. For what? Nobody stepped in. No one did anything. The useless boys that were running around is that they not have parents at all or did not have anybody around them that was going to tell them like, do not do this kind of thing. Now the case has closed. The streets are cleared. It's now that people are now coming out to take actions. We all knew this was happening at the time when it was happening. Why did no one think to take actions at that time? No police was seen in sight. The what do you call the person that stays in the palace? I don't know if he's a king or if they have a different title for the person, but he didn't think to say anything. Is now that he's now coming out to say, oh, that's not what the festival was for. That the festival was to what is he saying? Something about barren women. So what if your barren is a random boy that cannot afford to take care of himself, that you want to give you a child? Boys that are looking as if they do not have any plans. Because obviously any guy you see doing something like that obviously doesn't have a future plan for themselves. Because what, it's impossible to comprehend this kind of nonsense. If before I saw this video, someone sat me down and told me something like this would happen, quite right. I know Nigeria on its own is a very misogynistic country. I know the way the Nigerian government or Nigeria as a whole treats rape cases. And it's not just Nigeria, because this is something that's happened internationally. But Nigeria specifically, the way they treat cases like this, or when you have mostly women as victims of these cases, they are very nonchalant with it. So if we're being honest, I'm really not surprised. I'm really not surprised. But at the same time, this is not something like in 2026, this is not something you sit down and imagine. If you're carrying out stupid, stupid crimes like this, wouldn't shame catch you? Are you not ashamed of yourself? Is that how much of an incel you are, that no one in your life wants you, that is the only approach you have to get access to a woman? Because that's all I'm seeing here. A bunch of useless men who had no chance with women, and so you just see women as the villains in your life. So now you take to the streets to go and assault them in a bunch. Did they swear for you when you were born? Are you mad? Cause I can't, I'm speechless to be honest. So the question I want to start asking is this the first year it's happening? Because this is the first year I'm hearing about it. And I know when I was in the altar, news traveled a lot. So why have I never heard of this before? Is this the first year it's starting? If this is the first year it's starting, then it's obviously not tradition. So now people are coming out and saying they want to go and arrest all the perpetrators. How? How? No, how? When you had the opportunity to rally people to the streets and arrest them, you did nothing. Is now everyone is on social media saying, "Oh, Ozoro is in the streets now. You are going to seek justice." How? The people who have been sent to the hospital, how much justice can you really give them? This is something that is going to affect them mentally. In mind you, a country that doesn't take mental health seriously, they are going to be mentally scarred, physically scarred. You don't know the kind of STDs all those useless boys carry, so there's that to worry about. And tell me now, is Nigeria going to be the one to cover their medical bills? Let's not. Oh God, it's just in times like this when you just say, just blow up the entire community because none of them deserve to be alive, if I'm being honest. Because what you have, like, you may say, oh, yeah, I didn't go to the street, but you participated one way or the other. As long as you were part of the people or you knew someone who was part of the people that were involved in this. So as of now, we are just going to work blindly trust Nigerians, the Nigerian forces to help us now. The ones that didn't care to go to the street when the news started trending. It's been on for hours. It happened hours ago, so many hours ago, and is now you want to take action. What do you want to do? Seriously, what do you want to do? Oh, we arrested the person who started the festival. So it was a youth that started this so-called tradition. Then let's not even talk about the useless netizens on the internet that are going about and trying to make blames to the women who were affected. Find them, drop their details on social media and let the internet deal with them. Because what is actually happening in Nigeria? What is actually happening in Nigeria? Okay, when you finish arresting these guys, is it their own people that you want to arrest them? The ones that were aware they were doing it, or aware, because it did not just happen, they planned it. So from the point where they were planning it, you didn't think to take actions, or what, you thought they were joking, or you did not know they were going to go through with it. I'm just trying to see if I can just reason and find what the whole thought process was that got them to this point where they were able to do something like this. As someone with common sense, it's not clicking. I don't understand. As of now, there is only so much we can do. But I've tried to go through the videos. I've been trying to watch the videos of what has been posted on the internet. I feel as of now, the best thing we can do is, if you can see the video, anybody that partook in this, capture the person's face. If you have details about the person, put it down, put it on social media. Let's start with that. And whatever we do after, would figure it out. But let's not blindly, and this should not be something that just dies down. Because that is like one thing that I've noticed a lot of perpetrators like depend on. Oh yes, you talk about it for how long? Something is always going to come back and trend tomorrow. So eventually this case is going to die down. It shouldn't. Because the people that were affected are not just going to sleep it off or wait for the hashtag to fade away. This is a proper crime in the multitude. And if we allow something like this to just go barely punished, if not unpunished, it's going to be the end of Nigeria, whether you like it or not. It's going to be the end, at least for women in Nigeria. Because it starts with this, the next, what, they are going to start restricting women's rights in Nigeria. And later you wonder why women hate men. Yes, you may say it's not all men, but if you as a man, you're coming out to say it's not all men, then you are part of the men that we're talking about. If it's not all men, then you as the so-called upright man, stand up and do something. Stand up and do something. Because your daughter could have been the one who was on the street. Your daughter could have been the one who goes to a foreign land to study and that happens to her. So don't just come on internet and talk. Actually do something about it. What the hell is going on in Nigeria really? It's disgraceful. It's disgraceful.